A Journey into the Unknown. Chapter 138. Even the angels have been afraid to tread here. They have had to understand humans over time. The conditions here are so unlike where they come from. You are each angel-like. You are spirit beings who know very well what it's like here. You've experienced it firsthand. This is why you are in the position you are in. You are being asked to live here as spirit beings. This is the only way that the earth can be infused with the large amounts of love that it requires to counter the density of fear that exists here. There is no spirit being that has a magic potion to make the earth into a paradise. It will require the work of each one of you, joined with legions of spirit beings, to pull this off. The idea that I would, or even could, descend from the sky and solve everyone's problems is ludicrous. We all have to solve them together. Not you by yourself, or me by myself. All of us, together. The awakened in union with me will work together to awaken sleeping souls, one soul at a time. Chapter 139. Open your eyes. The princess saw the frog's inner beauty when she kissed him. The kiss was an act of faith, a blessing, loving graciousness given to itself. The queen, however, was unable to see her own majesty when she gazed into the mirror and saw only a beautiful image reflected back to her. She only saw her mortality. The princess saw the form of the frog, and she saw the content, love. This is what you're being asked to do. Be like the princess and help transform what your eyes show you. There is love inside everyone and everything. Help love to break through the density of form by having faith that it is there, waiting for you to discover it. You are each like a spiritual gold miner, finding more and more love for each and everyone to enjoy and share. Chapter 140. How do you raise children in the truth of their being? Start off by always letting them know that they are loved, no matter what they may or may not do. Teach them that their form is part of who they are in this world, but only a small part. Teach them what they are and where they really come from. Teach them the real purpose in life, which is to be and extend love into the world Teach them that their bodies do not define them and cannot really contain them. They are free to like what they like, dress as they please, and express their love and creativity as openly as they allow themselves. Teach them that no one can control or stifle their free expression. Teach them about their souls and the power that they generate. Teach them that they are free and that this is the only thing that is asked of them: to show others what freedom and love look like. Teach them about honoring others through forgiveness. Teach them about sharing and giving. These are the ingredients to a long and healthy life as Christ, joyful and abundant. May this be the norm rather than the exception on the new earth. Chapter 141. Stop, please. Stop believing all of the lies people teach each other. Stop should have, could have, supposed to, must, and all of the other dictates that religion teaches, families teach, schools teach, television teaches, and social media teaches, etc. It's all good for one thing only, which is to instill guilt and attempt to coerce and control. Now tell me, what does any of this have to do with freedom? What does any of this have to do with love? It's all fear-based and is only good for promoting shame. And shame is a disease that often produces physical disease. It has to stop with you, please. Recognize it for what it is, and don't allow yourself to believe a word of it. In turn, refrain from teaching lies to others. Teach only love, peace, and acceptance. There is no such thing as conditional love. Conditional love isn't really love at all. Love is always without conditions. Chapter 142. Begin each day with communion with us, and keep us close by your side throughout the day. Fill your body with light, and then you will be able to communicate freely with us, as we will with you. Remember, the primary purpose is not to shop at a store and put things from a list into your cart. That's a secondary purpose. The primary purpose is to bring light into that particular store, aisle by aisle. Consciously bless everyone you see. People you don't see will be blessed as well. Be creative with the type of prayer you will be using on a routine basis at times like these. May the love of our Divine Mother embrace you is a good template. Make it work for you and be a reflection of who you are in truth. Remember, prayer is an extension of what you already know that you have. You are literally giving out trillions of dollars worth of blessings everywhere you go. The fruits of love are perfect health, perfect joy, and abundance. Love is the gift that you give. It's a package deal, and it's a gift that keeps on giving long after you have left the scene. Babies have to be fed by their parents until they reach a point in their development where they can learn to feed themselves. This is an ideal analogy of what we are asking you to do. Chapter 143. Sow seeds indiscriminately. Do good works. Refrain from judging appearance, because nothing is as it seems. Let today be a new creation. Yesterday is gone. Let all human identities and attachments stay in the dirty clothes hamper. Be free to be you in the present moment and express love in only the way that you can. Sounds easy, doesn't it? Each of you can attest to the fact that this is anything but easy. Your brains pull you in the opposite direction of love and make all of the above listed things seem so unnatural. This all gets easier and easier with practice and much more natural. It's not as easy as learning how to ride a bike, swim, or play chess. It generally takes much more time than these things do. You have invested your time wisely. We too have invested our time in each of you very wisely. Now is the time for our fledgling partnerships to blossom like never before. There's no stopping us now. Chapter 144. Take a good look at world events. The idea that mankind was capable of lasting world peace has surely been shattered. Family members, co-workers, neighbors, and members of differing ideologies usually make honest efforts to get along peacefully until someone crosses the line. The human brain tries to understand others as best it can. Of course, the key word is other. Humans are terrified of each other. They just don't understand that they aren't really separate bodies walking around with differing agendas. This is where you come in. You know what you are and where you came from. This by itself is revolutionary information. You've solved your own riddle by awakening. But how can you support the awakening process in others? Specifically, how can you support the initial awakening process, which is that wondering, questioning that asks, who am I? And where did I come from? This is our first hurdle. We want to introduce you to yourself. 1, 5, 10, 50 years ago. Show yourself what a truly free spirit looks and acts like. This is the best way to plant a seed in a new initiate. Be an influencer. Chapter 145. The future is a source of great worry. What if this happens or that happens? No one knows what tomorrow may bring, but you have the security and certainty of knowing that whatever it may be, you can choose to be unmoved. There will just be new opportunities to express love. Identifying with the light field means that you know that as within, so without is a true spiritual principle. You will always be provided for by the universe. If something happens to your car and you need a car to do our collective work, a car will be provided to you. You will always have what you need to do God's work. If this, then that appears to be the law of the land. But as you know, appearances are deceptive. Teach that as within, so without is a true concept that can always be relied on. Again, this concept ties in closely with identity. If you are just a lowly mortal being, then all kinds of terrible things can happen to you and yours. On the flip side, how could anything but wonderful, exciting things happen to an aspect of God? Ponder this issue, please. Know your true power. Chapter 146. When you are in a busy mall or an airport and you walk by someone, they will know on a deep level that something magnificent just happened. Their souls will be stirred. What is true of you is also true of everyone. One day, everyone will become cause and effect, all wrapped up in a cohesive package. An awakened human joined to spirit in union is both cause and effect, not either or. Human beings feel like they can cause things to happen or experience the effects of things that were caused outside of themselves. Mature souls do not experience this disjointed, if this, then that aspect of human life. This is because when you are really feeling connected to your source, things are always good. The glass is always at least half full. It's a much more positive perspective. Chapter 147. Show yourself. Show your true divine self for the whole world to see. A self who doesn't care in the slightest what anyone thinks about her. She is that bold in her knowing who she is and what she is. She can look at fear and know that it is lying to her. It has nothing to say. Only love speaks truth. No one and nothing can take the shine away from a shimmering jewel whose piece is so strong that it can never be stolen. You, my precious gemstones and jewels, have enough strength and faith to move mountains. The love that we share is the only real thing here. It will transform both the earth and those who dwell upon it. Be strong in your faith and your conviction to transform. You made the right decision for yourself and for all parts of God who have not yet made that decision. They will, in time. Until then, continue to light the path to freedom from the past, from judgment, and from all types of imprisonment. You are free, sweet child of God. Blessed be.